conference, you guys. So excited to be here and talk to you about Team Up for Success. One of my favorite things, one of the things that I feel like is one of our most important aspects of this business, okay? So I am gonna start our timer so that I make sure we stay right on time. And first, I always love to start you guys by just telling you a smidge about me, right? Just something really quickly about me. And it is that Jesus is my jam. I always start with everything like that, just so you know that when I'm talking about that, you understand why, okay? But here's the deal. If he's not your jam yet, okay, it's okay. My pastor says, armed with enough humility, you can learn something from anyone. And so my prayer is that you get something out of this class that takes your business to the next level, okay? So we're gonna talk about growing teams. How many of you in this room, you wanna grow your team, right? Yes, I love it, I love it. Okay, so maybe you wanna move up to that red jacket. Maybe you're just right there, okay? Maybe you have no idea. You're like, I don't even know, Devon, tell me how to start from ground zero. We're gonna talk about that, okay? Maybe your goal is to be in this pink jacket, okay, and to be in there by seminar, or you want to earn the event that Mary Kay Corporate is putting on for the brand new sales directors. Let me tell you something, these things are possible, okay? But if you're unsure about team building, I'm gonna tell you a story in a second. If you're unsure about that, I hope to change your mind by the end of this to help you to know how to do that in the best ways, okay? So we are gonna talk about the why, the who, and the how. We're going to get there, okay? I'm gonna give you strategies. Let me tell you one thing that I tell my girls. I don't need you to have 500 ideas when you leave this conference, okay? When I come to conference, I always pray, Lord, I just need one thing. Just give me one thing that I can take and implement. All right, so we're not looking for all the things because sometimes that becomes overwhelming, right? And so one thing, just grab one, all right? So I want to tell you about a story of how I got my first team member. I want to give you guys hope. We used to have in-person weekly success meetings. And do you know who went every single week after work? I did. I wore a dress on Mondays and I went afterwards. And I was a teacher. We didn't really wear dresses. I wore a dress on Monday so that I could go to my success meeting afterwards. Well, my senior, she would say, you know, bring guests. And so one time I was like, hey, you want to come with me after work to my Mary Kay meeting? And she was like, yeah, sure. My friend Anna. Yeah, sure, we'll go. So we go. And afterwards, my senior is like, hey, well, does anybody, she shares the opportunity. We share product, right? And she says, does anybody have any questions about the Mary Kay opportunity? You know, maybe you're thinking about this. Maybe you are someone who's intrigued. And Anna, I said, girl, put your hand down. Put your hand down. Stop it. And she was like, I have questions. I was like, no, you don't. You do not. Now, if you won't be able to tell here, I'm an extreme introvert. Don't speak out loud, okay? Now, if you come up and you talk to me today or tomorrow, I'll talk to you, but I am not. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I saw you in that blue dress right there. Hi, what did you get out? Like, it's just not me. So she's like me. I'm like, stop it, Anna, right now. And she said, I think I might want to sign up. I said, no, you don't. You do not want to sign up. And she was like, wow, what's wrong with it? It's like, well, nothing. I mean, I love it, but I don't know how to teach you how to do anything. And so, of course, my senior Pam is like, girl, stop. I got it. So I do want to give you hope that you too can be on stage one day, right, Sharon, when you're trying to convince someone to not join your team. There is hope yet still, okay? So that's a little bit about how I got started, and obviously I have since then changed my mind about that. So we are going to talk about why, who, and how, but first, y'all, want to talk to you about the mindset of team building, okay? Because when you're talking about your mindset of this, we've got to get in the right mind space first, okay? It is most important. So first of all, y'all, please do not overcomplicate this, okay? Some of you, I am a kind of a fly by the seat of my pants girl, like, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Like 9 p.m., I'm like packing for my daughter for a trip. I'm packing. My husband's like, are you done with your speech yet? I'm like, no, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine, okay? So I am that. I realize that some of you are not. And so you are my overthinkers and my processors, okay? And that is okay. I'm not asking you to change. But what I don't need you to do is think that you tell yourself the lie, like I was with Anna, that you need all the information before you start sharing. I don't know anything, so I've got to have all the information before I start sharing the opportunity with her. That's why you have a sales director. Get her in contact with your sales director, right? Okay, so we're not going to overthink it. We're not thinking we need all the information. You're kind of thinking that, like, I don't know what I'm doing, like I was with Anna. Some of you are thinking 5 years ahead, and you're like, well, currently I like my job, and I'm not sure if I want to become a sales director and quit my job. And we're like, girl, we're just asking you to add one team member. I don't need you to think 5 and 10 years ahead, okay? So stop that. Mary Kay said, kiss. Keep it simple, sweetie, okay? Let's keep it simple and take yourself out of it. This is the thing that we have to realize, is that it's not about me, you being on my team, okay? It's about her. What can the Mary Kay opportunity do for her, okay? If we can make it about her, you guys, so much better. When we can take ourselves out of it, it becomes so much more natural. She's attracted to that because it's genuine. Sometimes when it's all about us, it seems a little bit ungenuine, can seem a little bit scammy. We don't want that, right? We want to seem genuine. So if you can put the focus on her, that's where that comes from. Okay, so let's start with first thing. We've got to figure out why. Because if you don't know why you're team building, you may add your first team member for sure. Happens often, right? But you won't continue unless you're like, I don't know, they just told me to. Like, I just invited, like me with Anna, they just told me to invite her and I did, and now I have a team member, I don't even know what that means, okay? That can carry you for a minute, but it won't carry you to red jacket, it won't carry you to sales director, okay? So we've got to figure out why, and I can honestly stop here on this point and just tell you because Mary Kay Ash asked us to. Right? She asked us to pass it on. And so if she asked us to do that, I want to honor her legacy and make sure that Mary Kay stays, right? And stays relevant. So I'm going to pass it on for that reason alone. But also, I love to think, y'all, what if someone had not shared the Mary Kay opportunity with me? What if someone had not shared the Mary Kay opportunity with you? Where would your life be? You know, and if we think about that and then go, what if I was keeping that from someone? I don't love that. I don't love that, okay? Remember, it's not about me. It's about her. And here's the thing, y'all. When we're sharing about her, you have no idea generations that could be changed because you shared the Mary Kay opportunity with someone. At least for me, real quick story, I was not recruited 5 times. I was introduced to the Mary Kay opportunity 5 times. No one followed up with me. Again, hope. They were probably like, she don't talk. How could she be great at this, right? And so I pretty much signed myself up, finally. What if someone had not done that for me though, right? My life would be different. My children's lives would be totally different in the way that I raise them, the confidence that I've given them because of the Mary Kay opportunity, okay? So when we are nervous about rejection or what she's gonna say, we have to keep in mind, I could be truly changing generations. And whatever, maybe you're not, maybe she's like here for, 2 years. But still, those skills that she learned in Mary Kay, she will take with her, okay? Also, for my overthinkers, you're not asking her to quit her job. You're asking her to come join your team for $20 this month, Like, I promise you don't overthink asking someone to go to the movies with you. And trust me when I say, she's gonna spend more than $20 when she goes to the movies with you, right? And so if we have that same, let it go, right? And I'm just gonna share. And whatever they say, I'm just gonna do my job and I'm gonna share. And then the last reason why, this one always gets me, what if someone else recruited her? What if she showed up at your success meeting with somebody else? What if you saw that on Facebook that she signed up? Would your heart be like, oh, I wish I would have been brave. Oh, I didn't even know she was interested. I wish I would have been brave and asked her, okay? All right, so we talked about the why, now let's talk about the who. Because sometimes people are like, who am I supposed to recruit, right? So first, this is an easy one. We're gonna start with looking at our friends, our family, and our customers, y'all. Most of you, I would assume almost all of you, unless you're like signed up last night, have a customer base, okay? So we have customers, we have friends, we have family. Most oftentimes, you're gonna know your first few team members, okay? And then you're gonna continue. I still know some of my current team members that are still signing up 12 years later. I'm like, oh, I've been friends with her. One of my red jackets in a different room just signed up in maybe October. I've known her my entire life. She's been my customer for years, okay? And so you may know her, but here's the thing. As I'm saying, your friends, your family, your customers, you're going, yeah, but, and we're making excuses for her, and we have got to stop making those excuses for her, okay? We're gonna talk about that. Second thing I'm looking for, okay, is confident women. Confident women. All right, so as I'm looking out and I'm at parties or I'm at my facials or whatever, I am looking, is she confident? And if she is, I want to recruit her, right? I want to have her join my team, okay? Now, here's the thing, and she may not, she may just want to be a customer, and that's totally fine, but I want her in my space, right? And so I'm going to share the opportunity with her. Now, at the top corner of your page, I do want you to do something here. And because here's the thing, you guys, you're not going to typically recruit someone who has a higher confidence level than you, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you just at the top of the page, you can do it real, I used to be a teacher, so like we're not cheating, okay? Don't look at your neighbor. You can do it real slow or real small if you don't want your neighbor to see. But I want you to think about on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate your confidence level? And not just in Mary Kay, you guys, just in life in general. Where would you put yourself on a confidence level? 1 being, I am not confident. I have no self-confidence in myself at all, okay? And then a 10 is like, oh girl, I own every room I walk in. I have no problem, okay? Where would you put yourself there? And you don't have to share it. I just need you to know that, because if you're at a level 4 confidence, you're going to be recruiting people who are level 3 confidence and below, okay? So we are looking for confident women, but that doesn't mean if you put a smaller number there, it doesn't mean that I wait until I get the confidence to start recruiting. I'm still recruiting. I'm still sharing the opportunity here, right? However, I'm going to personally grow so that I can continue to gain that confidence, okay? Another way to gain that confidence, y'all, a couple ways of how am I gonna do that. So we're gonna personally grow, all right? There are small things, y'all, that you can do. There are small things that you can do to get your confidence level up. I've always heard that if someone has not complimented your hair in like, I don't know, it could be 6 weeks, let's just even go 6 months. You might need to change it. I have people all the time stop me and ask me, my hair girl just laughs every time. I'm like, somebody else asked me about you. I told them you were booked up. You don't take on new clients. So I don't need to fix that, I don't think, because people are complimenting that, right? But if that's yours, go to your hair girl and be like, girl, what do you think I should do? She knows. I tell my hair girl, I sit in the chair, I'm like, if you want to shave it, shave it. I trust you. I just trust you, okay? So getting your nails done, right? And look, I did my own nails this morning. My daughter's like, why are you painting your nails? Girl, I gotta teach. It's fine, they gotta look good. Gives me confidence. So those are small things that we can do to build that in the immediate, okay? Another way though is in your business, get a win. The faster you can get a win, the more confident you're gonna be in your business. You can't tell me that if you had a $350 facial, you wouldn't wanna go tell people about that, right? I still get excited. When you have a $1,000 party, that's gonna boost your confidence, right? So get those wins. It could even just be getting a booking, right? That's a win. Boost your confidence, like, okay, I still got it. I know what I'm doing here, okay? So we've got to recruit confident women, which means that we ourselves have to grow in that confidence, all right? Third person I'm looking for, these are all different types of people, okay? Third person I'm looking for, is she great at something in her life? Does she excel at something in her life, okay? Is she a great mom? Maybe she's the store manager and you just notice, like, she was so great with all of the people and her employees there, okay? Maybe it's the woman at your church who leads the women's group and oh my gosh, she just knows how to put on an event, okay? But maybe she played college tennis and you're like, obviously, you're great, right? If you were playing any sort of college sport. So we're looking for women who were great at something. Let me tell you something. I was not confident, okay? And of course, right now, if I said, who would want me on their team? Anybody would want me on their team, right? Or JC, would you want JC on your team? You're probably like, heck yeah, I would want JC on my team, right? Or any of your other teachers that you've had. But what I need you to know is that we were not this when we first came into Mary Kay, right? And so yes, we are looking for those confident women, but don't leave out other people. For example, me, I used to not speak out loud. And even my husband, my own husband, who is the best and has been my best friend for 15 years, okay, he would say to me all the time, Devon, I cannot hear you. You've got to speak up when you talk. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just like whisper, you know? So my confidence was really low. But let me tell you something about me. I was going to excel. Before the age of 21, so at the age of 20 and before, I was married. I finished college in 3 years, not 4. I had my first big girl job, and I had bought my first home, all before I was 21 years old, right? Well, but so someone may look at me and be like, oh, she don't talk out loud. But if you gave me an arena to win in, oh, I was gonna win, right? I'm gonna finish, not that like getting married before 21's a win, you know, if it's not your deal, it's not your deal. But at least I graduated college, you know, a full year early, like I was going to just achieve it whatever I could. And so looking for those women, okay? So yes, we're sharing with everyone because you just don't know who's looking for it, right? We can't prejudge them, but those are some people that we're looking for. And then one little exercise I want to give you guys is I got this from National Sales Director Julia Burnett. And yes, she's so great. And this was years ago. I had to like go look it up to even find where it was. But you can just do it on a blank sheet of paper, you guys. I've done it on a blank sheet of paper, okay? And what it is to list out, you're going to list 1 through 30, all right, 1 through 30. And you're going to name 30 attributes of what I would want for women on my team, okay? So some examples of this might, like you may look at your sales director and go, what do you really love about your sales director or your national sales director, okay? What are some attributes that you love about her that you would love to have on your own team, all right? You may look at some team members and go, man, I've had a team member before and she just did not come to the meetings. So we can take that and go, so in my team, I want people who show up, who are team players. Maybe it could be that she's confident, that she excels at things that she does, that she oozes joy when she walks in a room. So you're listing 30 of these, okay? Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go through and you're gonna circle your top 12. What are my top 12 attributes that I would want? And then you're finally gonna go down and you're gonna list those, out of those 12, what are my top 6? And every day, you guys, you're gonna look over that just like you're looking at your dream book or your goal post or whatever that is, so that when it's in front of you and it's fresh on your mind, when that girl's in front of you, you're like, oh, she uses joy. Oh, I've been praying for that. I need to share the Mary Kay opportunity with her, okay? She's in front of you and you know it, and she's not gonna just slip on by, all right? And then the fourth type of person that we're gonna look for, y'all, this is me, is I'm looking for women who the Lord lays on my heart. Okay? Because have you ever had someone who you thought just randomly, the Lord laid them on your heart? And you're like, I'm not asking her. And he's like, but you are. So quick story, I have a girl named Julie in my life. And Julie and I did not know each other because, again, I don't speak out loud. And so I knew of her. I went to high school with her husband. Our daughters danced together. And every Tuesday I saw Julie when we were picking up our sweet babies from dance. And every Tuesday, I'm like, oh, she'd be so great at Mary Kay. But I'm like, oh, hey, how are you? And then that was it. Hi, how are you? Good. That was it. One day, we were at a birthday party together, so we talked. We were the only two that knew each other, so we talked the whole time. And afterwards, I added her on Facebook because now we're friends. And felt the Lord impress on me, hey, I need you to share the Mary Kay opportunity with Julie. I said, I'm not doing it. I just added her on Facebook. That is so weird, God. Like, stop it right now. And he's like, I know that you're going to do it. So we went back and forth, me and him, for a couple days. Oh, there's Julie. Why am I thinking about Julie? Because you need to share the Mary Kay opportunity with her. I was like, I'm not doing it. And so I ended up doing it, y'all. And here's the thing. I had a genuine conversation with Julie. I didn't send her a script. I said, hey, girl, it's going to seem weird. Please don't think because I added you on Facebook that I'm only going to talk to you about Mary Kay. I'm not that person. I just really felt led to share this with you. Would you watch this video for me? Oh, sure, absolutely. Julie watches the video. Julie does the survey. I have a scale on there. Scale 1 to 10, how interested would you be in the Mary Kay opportunity? 1 to 10. Okay, Julie was a 2. When I got that back, I said, Lord, that's not funny. That's not funny. You told me to do it. And she's a 2. So after I got over, I was like, you know what? It's about obedience, and I was obedience, and I know you'll bless me in another area of my life, and so it's fine. And I gave Julie a gift for doing that. Before I could even get her gift, within the week, she had messaged me back, and she had been praying for something because she was postpartum, and she was fixing to have to go back to work. Julie has now been with me for 5 years. She's one of my Offspring sales directors. And so just that idea of, I don't know that I would have offered it had he not told me to. So listen to that gentle whisper, okay? And then lastly, y'all, let's talk about the how. We're gonna talk about some strategy. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna stop prejudging her. She's got 5 kids. She's too busy. She already has her life together. She couldn't possibly need this. We're gonna stop prejudging, okay? It is not your job to make the decision for her. It is your job to share the opportunity and then allow her to make the decision, yes or no, for herself, okay? Now, here's what I know in all my years of doing this, that people recruit close to the product and close to the community, okay? People will join us close to the product or the community. Here's what I mean by that. They will join us at a facial or a party once they've tried the product because we know the product is a magnet, right? They may have had one idea about what Mary Kay was. They've tried the product. Oh, Mary Kay knows what they're doing. Yes, we do, right? Or at an event where she can see that sisterhood. So what does that mean? You need to be inviting people to your events that your sales director or your national sales director is putting on, and you need to be putting product on faces. Virtually or in person, I'll do virtual, but I like the connection of the in-person. I think that your numbers are gonna get higher there, okay? So while yes, we are posting on social media, right? You can absolutely, please post your weekend. People are watching you, they are. They're watching you. They see that you're taking your business seriously, but it's not our only thing. We are doing Mary Kay like Mary Kay taught us. We're putting that product on the faces, okay? But another thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna layer people. This is huge. If you don't know what layering is just sharing the opportunity with someone over and over and over again in a different way, okay? So layering could be, has she tried product? Has she bought product from you? Has she watched a marketing video of some sort? Has she tried the product, whether at a facial, party, a makeover? Has she tried samples? Has she been a hostess for you? Is she in your customer group? Been to a marketing event? Done a Pearls of Sharing call? Did you just straight up ask her? Okay, sometimes we do all these layers and we forget to ask, is she even interested? All right, so most people, you guys, need 5 to 7 layers to say yes to the Mary Kay opportunity. Okay, most people. There are outliers. I did not need 5 to 7 layers. But and some people need 15 years, okay? But we're not gonna bank on those. We're gonna bank on most people need 5 to 7 layers. So how am I gonna keep layering her, okay? Here is my typical recruiting process. Best way that I love to share the opportunity, okay? So I'm gonna book her before she gets to me, whether she's a guest at a party or she's my own facial or whatever it is. She's gonna watch a marketing video of the Mary Kay opportunity. Ask your sales director, okay, for one, before she comes to me. I want her to know about the opportunity before she even gets to me. And I just say, y'all, we're on our trip to Budapest this year. So I just say, hey girl, I always send this before my appointments. And so if you will just watch this quick video, it just helps me. I'm not gonna make you become a Mary Kay girl before you leave my house. And I just do like a wink, right? And I'm like, and if you do, I'll have a prize for you. Y'all, the prizes are like less than $1, okay? Whatever you wanna do. But she watches that. Then of course she's at the party or the facial, she's trying the product. And then I'm having a genuine conversation with her. I'm sharing the opportunity with her, trying to figure out where does this fit into her life? What need does she have that this can feel, okay? And then if she's not joining, then I'm gonna sell to her. And then I'm going to book her for a chat or invite her to my next marketing event, okay? So y'all, layers, those layers don't take 2-3 months to do. When she comes to me, within 24 hours, she's had 4 layers right there. Well, it takes 5, and guess what? If she doesn't start, she's doing her 5th one within the week. Try to do it within 24 hours, okay? So those layers are super, super important. One thing that I need you guys to do is, one, have real conversations with people. I do love a script. A script is a great place for you to start. And then you edit it to sound like you. And then if you're like, but is it? Then send it back to your sales director and go, I made it sound a little bit like me. Does that sound okay? And she can okay it for you if you're like, I don't know, okay? But you're having conversations with people. It's 2025. We have people they can smell it if it's not authentic, but they will come with you if you are authentic and they know that you care. Okay? You've got to touch your business daily. If you are working your business every now and then, we're not going to be adding team members, every week then. So it's got to be a daily decision, and you figure that out based on your schedule, but touching your business daily. National Sales Director Kimberly Copeland says, when you work, you win. When you work, you win. And so if you are working and sharing, you're going to be winning, okay? So Mary Kay is not magical, y'all. It is mathematical. If you feel like you're not great at recruiting, you're probably just not working the numbers. You're just not seeing enough faces or sharing the opportunity enough. If you get those numbers up, you're gonna start to see your team grow, okay? So when we get this team member, I've got a team member, now what do I do? Okay? You're gonna ask your sales director, okay? She's got a plan for what she does and what you do, okay? How do I make sure that she stays on my team? Y'all, we've got to make sure she's fallen in love with all that Mary Kay has to offer, at least for the products, okay? She doesn't just need to be wearing a miracle set. She needs to be on every supplement, all the makeup. You better not have another lipstick in your purse, girl, okay? I'm so serious, I'm not playing. Okay, Mary Kay Ash said that there were 3 ways to lead: by example, by example, by example. And so are you leading her by example? If you're saying about the meetings, are you on the meetings? Are you having guests to events? Are you doing the faces, right? So leading by example. Does she see that consistency modeled by you, okay? And then, you guys, when you're sharing the opportunity, one of the reasons sometimes we don't is we're scared of the rejection and the disappointment. And I'm here to tell you that while, yes, that does happen, those yeses are so worth it, right? Every yes I've got was so worth the other person saying no, and that's okay. It's not about you, it's just about her stage of life. But here's one thing that has helped me get through that, okay, through the rejection, is that instead of focusing on the rejection, every single day, I end my work day, and it may be 3 p.m., it may be 10 p.m., who knows? But every single day I write my planner, and it has a thing, what was my win for the day? And I scratch out the word win, and I write, what was my manna for the day? Where did I see the Lord show up today? Because he has, y'all. And it may not be in team building that day. It might have been at a sale or a booking, but those things will lead to that. But when you're experiencing that rejection, right? If you will just focus on where did he move today? I'm ending that day with gratitude versus a sense of discouragement. Okay? So I want to end with a challenge for you tonight. Like right now, I want you to write in your notebook 1 through 5 at least. I would love for you to go to 10, but at least 1 through 5, okay? Of women that you would love to join you. Who do you want to share this opportunity with? Was there someone when I was saying confident women that the Lord's laid on your heart that you were like, that's it, that's her, right? Write her name down. And then this weekend, I want you to figure out what's the next layer with her. What's that next layer? Do you need to book her? Do you need to share the opportunity with her? Is there an event that you have coming up? But share that next layer with her this weekend. I know that I'm going to see you guys in your red jackets or your pink suits at seminar. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Devon. Okay, so y'all have